And we are back. Welcome to Band of Blades. We're getting in some trouble.
Also, I grew glasses in our absence.
Ooh, glasses.
Magical glasses powers. It's like a magical girl transformation, but with glasses.
Was kind of transformation.
All right, so cool. So last we saw our intrepid heroes. Green glowing thunder snagged that mug, and by mug I mean ritual chalice.
Ritual chalice mug, same thing.
Yeah, rolled down the hill, and was making a mad dash for the exit. The revenant shoves down on that cylinder of stone. There's a click. The grating falls down. There's a wrenching sound, and the lids on the sarcophagi burst open, and our heavy is going to pop anchor and wreck faces.
Actually, I was God, this might, if I don't roll. Oh God. Question: with zero stress, is it worth trying to resist it pushing down on the pedestal? Everyone, immediately, giving you a head start.
You mean you have zero stress left, and if you take any, you trauma?
I would most likely do a 4-die prowess resist and need a 6.
You mean insight?
Insight. Never mind. Let's go.
I
think
prowess is the resistance of wounds and the consequence of physical actions. What you're really trying to do is read the intent and the speed of a creature that's faster than human, and somehow interrupt it before it actually does the thing.
No, that makes sense. Fuck it. I will deal with the consequences. I'm gonna pop anchor and wreck base.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
So I want.
Because the other option is,
I want to try to, be faster than that, like to actually get to the grate before it falls all the way down.
That's a tough call, right? So like, players should always be granted a resist. That's like one of the canon rules of Blades. But resistances fight consequences of actions. There was no roll. This creature is so fast. The thing is that you have to like roll down a hill and run through a tunnel faster than a revenant who moves at higher than human speed can do this. Right? Like so
I guess I thought that the grate was on this side of the tunnel and not on that side of the tunnel.
Well, let me see if I can do a quick thing.
I have a melee weapon or two. Could I
throw something underneath the grate to try and stop it from closing?
Yeah.
Yes, that is totally a thing you could do. I'm not trying to tell you that you cannot resist. What I'm trying to tell you is that resistances require a fictional ability to do so, and crossing that much distance is a little too much for like even super like our heroic action.
God, I wish I had my tower shit though, because it is built for that shit. Anyway.
I was under a misconception of exactly where it was like gonna be crashing down and how far I had to go down that mound. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I've got like a hammer, not like a ball peen hammer, but like a war hammer. That I'm gonna try to throw to block up the thing from crashing all the way down.
Cool. Yeah. So just that sounds like a prowess resist to me.
Okie dokie, that I can do. Let's go. 1 stress. I'll take
awesome.
it.
So I think that there's just a 1 second.
That's a huge enemy.
It's actually Kelsey's character. It just turned out a little bit bigger than expected. Uno momento. Let's see if I can
use your giant hands and pull the gate up.
There we go. So this is Kelsey is roughly here, about halfway there, and I'm gonna ping just like right here so that everyone can see. That's where the grate is coming down. It's like in the middle of that little tunnel.
Naturally.
Yeah, right. But there's a whoosh 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 whoosh, and the grate comes down and it hits this hammer, and you hear the weight like start grinding it against the stone, but it stops. There's like a half a foot clearance there, and it doesn't go down all the way. You can actually see that there's like pieces that come out of it, almost like like they're little spikes, but they're not designed to like pierce people. They're designed to lock into place when it hits the bottom, right? So, yeah. So the two of you that are outside, which is this gray cylindrical thing, we're kind of doing a top-down view here. Eric and Gray Fading Wake. You're the two of you hear the sound of the as like this grate comes down, and you hear the kind of sound of the sarcophagi or lids rupturing. So there's clearly something happening in the other room that isn't like just them picking up a goblet and casually chatting while walking out.
So there's no sarcophagi in the room that we're in.
Nope. There are dozens of alcoves with dead people in circles going all the way up.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to be reacting yet.
Okay. Fade's gonna head down the stairs and try to get a straight on angle of this grate.
Awesome. So yeah, you're just and then we switch back and there's gonna be some combat and then and you're gonna get to the bottom and like run over to the grate. So it's gonna take like it's literally like 30 seconds, but in a fight that's a little while.
So, it didn't like light, so the plan is pop anchor, fight, so like staged retreat type deal. But as soon as I turn around, that light's gonna hit it again because it's like and maybe cause it to pause and like have to take like so that's sort of the plan. Just like skirmish with it to get distance, and then
Let me get this
turn,
straight.
Like,
You're turning your back on this
not
revenue.
yet. Not
Okay.
yet. No. Until
Awesome.
like I'm trying to create distance right now. Is what's happening.
Cool. It lets you take 3 to 5 steps down the hill while you're facing it with your weapon, right?
Oh, shit.
And it kind of tilts its head at you like, man, the leech is not quite what it used to be in my day, which is when the first of the things out of the sarcophagi lands on you, and then very quickly the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the rest of them are scrambling down the hill towards your medic.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
So yeah, ignoring that guy for now. Popping anchor, I would like to make it so none of those guys get past me. Like I'm essentially going to try and fight while backpedaling.
Cool. So your goal is to stop them from advancing.
Yeah.
Now, you're fighting 1v11.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. If you're just trying to stop everyone near the top and sort of like on the dirt mound, you're fighting like 1v6, which is roughly what anchor allows you to do. So yeah, that's actually you're skirmishing against undead. You have fine weapons and armor. Theirs are rusted and busted and old, but they are potent in combat, so that roughly equalizes out. So I feel like this is a risky skirmish.
Sure, I'm okay with that. I don't think anyone's in position to assist me. I would hear out a devil's bargain, none popped to mind immediately for me.
Oh, I'm trying to think. These guys actually can't cause corruption for reasons. So
That makes sense.
I can't think of one off the top of my head right now.
Nope. Then I will roll straight. That is a 6.
Cool. So you describe this. How are you bad handling / bashing these undead?
So I don't have a shield, which is sort of standard combat, like shield flail. So I think most of the time it's just like wide swings to keep distance, and like occasional like kick one back, but it's just slow, methodical, like using the flail to like because it gives her more of an arc than typical weapons would. Is just trying to create as much space as possible.
Cool. Yeah, you do exactly that. You create a lot of space. You deny them a lot of approaches and stuff, and they are pretty much pinned by you. However, Green Glowing Thunder, what are you doing? You see through the grate, you see like Gray Fading Wake like on the last round, like about to hit the bottom floor.
I mean, I've got a pistol, I've got some black powder shots. I've done what I can do. I'm gonna need Ram to lift this grate up so we can get to the other side. So I'm going to basically stay as close to like the entrance as I can, and I'm gonna try to take a couple of shots at these undead.
What are you doing with the goblet?
I've like stuffed it in my shirt.
Awesome. I didn't know if you were like trying to like slide it under the thing, or like if you were just trying to complete the mission, or if you're like, nah, we'll get it out when we get it out.
I mean, Goat said that my life was more important than this goblet, and I'm gonna say that we're both getting out, or neither of us are.
You're listening to orders. Very good. Cool. So I think you're going to turn around and you're going to see the remaining 5 or 6 of these undead. And they're closing in on you and you're going to take some pot shots. So I'm afraid that you're going to have limited effect against them, which means that you're going to basically be able to like maybe shoot 1 or 2 like sufficiently, but there's more of them than there are of you, and you're kind of firing like a flintlock. You're not firing like a repeater where you can just like drill rounds into them.
Yeah, I'll take what I can get. So risky limited.
Give me a risky shoot.
Yeah, risky limited though.
Risky limited.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the stress to push for.
Cool.
But...
I'm out of. I got 1 stress left.
So for shoot, here's the good news: you definitely get one of them. And
does the black shot have any effect on them?
Fancy that you should ask that. No. It goes right through them, and there is none of that green fire that you're used to seeing when it hits regular undead. Whatever these bodies are animated by, or however they function, doesn't seem to be interacting with Blackshot in the same way.
Fascinating.
Oh
no. So yeah, but you
no.
You put like a couple. You put like the Blackshot round through like one thing's head, and then like as it approaches, you fire it. And you actually hit a patch like right above its heart, and you see it like sway once and twice, and then the rest of them push past it, and it kind of makes that falling bones noise behind you.
You can't.
So what I'm going to say is you are now in a desperate position, which is you're in a tunnel with 4 revenants who are about to eat you.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm just gonna say, great fading wake. You're on the ground. You see the tunnel. You see the scenario. You can do a thing if you like.
Yeah, she's going to get down on one knee as far over to like, I picture it as like if she goes to the right with her side against something, so that she could see diagonally through and have a clear shot without hitting, her on the other side of the grate. And take a shot.
Cool. What are you shooting at? The undead that are pinning her?
Yeah, the ones that are closest to her.
Okay, so this is a very unusual situation. I'm going to tell you that this is a risky shot, and the risk is that Green Glowing Thunder is going to take a little bit of damage. Probably not from your bullets, just from these things like scratching and mauling at her.
Okay. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that, Green?
It's
okay.
Better than her taking harm from all of them. Like...
Exactly.
Risky standard?
Yeah.
I am going to push myself.
All right.
For a bonus die.
Whoo! That last die made all the difference. So Green Glowing, right? Like you fire once, you fire like twice, you see that thing fall over, but the rest of them press on, and like one of them grabs your arm, and you see like another one of them like raising its like weapon to like drive it through you, and then like its arm explodes at the elbow, and then you hear the click click, and like the second round just like drills right through it and it explodes. And yeah, your sniper takes out like 2 of them, which means that instead of being in a tight hallway with 4 things that are about to rip you apart, you're in a tight hallway with 2 things.
That's much better.
Goat, what are you doing at this point? Are you still up above being like foot tapping? Are you clambering down the rope? Are you coming up with a new plan?
I'm staying up. I'm screaming, shouting, like, what the hell's taking so long? Just like let's go.
Fade's like, yeah, we got.
Have you not killed these things already?
Fade's just yelling back to you what's going on. There's a lot of guys in there. Remember the sarcophagus? Yeah, she's just like, hold on. And you're like yelling at her. She's like, shh.
Goat doesn't know this, but Eric the player knows this, and I'm terrified of these like basically these black shot immune undead getting into the hands of the broken.
These things
you know what I mean?
Not Goat. Ram doesn't know this. These things are very anti-broken, most likely. Like they're not that we're okay. That's not gonna happen. But they're scary anyways.
Okay.
I mean, they're attacking green, so that's what she's worried about.
It's true. It's true.
They're
So
gonna kill us. They're not broken.
let me just bring the frame back over to you, Ram. So you've been like fighting like 1v5 and still somehow holding your own. You're currently like using the body of one of the undead as a shield because you like knocked its head off and you're like absorbing blows from the two on the right and you've taken out the ones on the left. Which is when you see those red eyes do that like blur and it just goes right past you and down into like where green glowing thunder is.
Yeah, fucking it's time to resist that and maybe trauma. I can't let that fucking happen. Like it's
Cool. This is a prowess resist because you are essentially trying to block the route with your body.
Yep.
Yep. I will take my bonus die. I'm trying to block the route and just be like, no, I don't care how fast you are, you get past me first. So yeah. I trauma.
Cool. Ooh, this is gonna be brutal.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Trapped down there.
yeah. So I think that there's a moment where you just grab this thing, right? Like it's going past you and you have to let go of your weapon. And you grab it with one hand and you realize that it's like supernaturally strong. And so you like use your prodigious strength. You're like, no! And you've got two undead clambering on you. You're holding this thing and it just it turns around and it gives you like this whammy, like right, like it focuses its like glowing red eyes right in your face. You're like you feel like the world start to spin a little out of control, but you like clutch onto it and you kind of like pull it with you, and from the camera's point of view you go tumbling behind the hill. But we're gonna know so like resistance rolls work, period, no matter what. And so like the fact that you traumaed, which is how I'm taking you off screen if that's okay, is not going to change the fact that you have stopped this thing from attacking green glowing thunder for the moment. So I'm going to do like one or two narrative beats and then it's probably going to be back up on its feet, but at that point we'll see what the other two are doing. So that goes back to you guys, like green glowing, you're in a tight hallway with these two things. What are you doing? Are you just fighting defensively, hoping that your sniper takes out the rest, or do you have a plan?
I think I have to. I'm not very good at skirmishing. I don't have a lot of stress left, so just fighting to stay alive and trusting Great Fading Wake to have my back.
So, go ahead.
Sorry. I think she would just be like, look for a lever, something.
I don't think it's that simple, sweetheart.
Well, I can't see anything.
So clearly there is a mechanism on that hill. That means that there must be some sort of mechanism down here. So unless they have to reset that every time it's used, there might be something. It's not impossible. But right now you're being swarmed by zombies. So like the question that I have is, let's talk about this as a table. You're fighting 1v2 in a tight and enclosed space where they have the weaponry designed for this and you do not. Do you guys feel that this is like, I feel like this is risky.
I thought you were being generous.
Yeah, that's really generous.
What weapon do you have?
I have a melee weapon.
And a pistol, right?
What
And
is
a
it?
pair of hammers.
Yeah,
I
the
have one
actual
hammer
fictional-
now.
Yeah. I mean, a hammer's not terrible here. Crushing heads and stuff. Fictional positioning, like if you had a spear or something here, it could much easier be risky, right? Because you can keep them at a better distance, like than say if you had a dagger here.
His skirmish isn't great, is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, I got one. It's not nothing.
Well,
Oh, it's not bad then.
I was gonna say you were in a desperate position before, right? And it was clearly desperate. It's 1v5 and they definitely have the edge.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're fighting 1v2. They are strong, stronger than they should be, but they're slow because they're like old and dusty, right? And
Mhm.
the force animating them is not
Waning.
quite the, yes.
Hasn't woken up yet.
How long can you run in circles until I shoot them all?
That is a
Their
possible
own power save move.
Like
Power save.
a fucking.
We get the lantern and lit them on fire.
So how high is this grate? Like how tall is this grate?
It's like the height of the tunnel.
Which is I guess I'm asking how tall the tunnel is because a maneuver
5 feet or so.
Oh, never mind. A maneuver to like clamber up the grate and give her a better shot and like stay out of reach of the zombies would theoretically like.
You could maneuver past them.
Yeah.
You could try and shove your way past them, which I think would be risky. I feel like fighting them is probably still going to be desperate.
I'm not
Run in
trying,
circles.
I'm really not trying to fight them, just as I'm trying to not let them hit me.
You could get them into a better spot, lead them so I can shoot them in front of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Because I can't see all the way in that circular big room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a maneuver to set up would work.
Yeah, let's do that then. Let's do a maneuver
Okay,
to
give
set
me a
up.
risky maneuver.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, so I think that there's just like a moment where you like shoulder ram one and you're it's obvious what you're trying to do. You're trying to lead them forward and you like run forward and they like grab your ropes, right? And like you hear the tearing sound and you like get jerked back and then like your feet in the dirt of the bottom like give way and you fall to the ground and I'm like I'm sorry, I have to do this. This is literally my job as the GM. Like one of them like flips over its sword and just drives it right through you. And you're gonna take level 3 harm, curse stabbed.
Wait, was that curse stabbed or cursed stabbed?
Oh no, curse stabbed. Yeah, curse stabbed.
Wait, do these things have like fucking curse weapons?
They curse while they stab you in another language.
I don't have any armor. And if I trauma, I'm dead.
Don't do that.
So
Well, that's easy. Don't trauma.
I mean, just don't do what I did.
I'm gonna can I take the wound but like roll the artifact like out the
Take the
door?
wound. We can get you out of here.
Well, no, you could if part of Strauss's consequence is that the chalice is stuck on this side of the grate, you could resist that.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
I mean, the chalice is stuck on this side of the grate because you haven't gone to the other side of the grate. It's not stuck on this side of the grate as a consequence.
Well, what I'm saying is like there's like a foot gap underneath the the thing. Can I just like throw it?
Yeah, sure. That sounds plausible.
You could do that, but she's not leaving without you.
I mean, sure, fine, okay, but full disclosure, having level 3 harm of a stab wound is better for me than
no,
no,
I agree.
So I have to tell you a truth. This is an unfortunate truth. Are you ready?
Okay.
If you take that level 3 harm, which it sounds like you are, like there's no resistance or anything else here. The problem is that taking any action where that wound impacts you without aid requires you to push to ignore wound penalties. I know, but this is literally like that moment where like this thing drops you and like as a doctor, you're like, oh, that just punctured my whatever interior cavity. Like the sword literally goes like through you and into the ground. Like you don't die instantly, but it's a pretty damn scary wound.
I mean, I could resist it.
Shoot it, and then you could try to do another maneuver just to get out.
Yeah, that is totally a thing.
And I could cover fire or try something like that.
Assuming trauma on the resistance roll.
So, Ginge, do you want to make a shoot roll now that your friend has been curse stabbed and is on the ground?
Yeah, so it's going to be risky.
No, actually, believe it or not, This is controlled.
I'm on the safe side of the grate.
Right. Your friend is on the ground, face down, with a sword through his back, but you are firing above them with a clear shot on their aggressor. There's only 2 of them, and there's very little chance that something's going to go wrong for you because they're not going to teleport through the grate and kill you.
Yeah, Fade is like, Fade looks up, Goat, get down here, please. Please help. And then she just lines up this shot and takes a knee again and tries to
Controlled shoot.
No.
Yeah. So that was controlled. And I get to tell you why. So on a controlled, 1 to 3, something happens. What happens here? Let me tell you.
Oh my god.
You're blocked. Go ahead.
Does it happen because the grate, like the way we have it fixed, the grate comes down and seals them down there?
Why are you giving him ideas?
I feel like this doesn't necessarily affect your shot. But on a 1 to 3 controlled, it tells me that you cannot shoot anymore, right? Like you are blocked somehow. So I feel like you take the shot and you land the shot. It just doesn't kill it because black shot doesn't destroy these things, right? Like you shoot right through it and there's just like a...
I'm not using black shot, but yeah.
Even a regular bullet doesn't just like instantly drop it. I think that there's just this moment where you're like crack, and then you like drop the rifle. You're like shook, right? Like you're like popping it out, putting another sniper round in, slamming it into place, getting ready for your second shot. But you fire once, and this thing staggers, and then it just turns around and gives you this look like, stop that. And then like it begins like moving into the room and out of the line of fire of this tunnel, right? Like so you hear this like awful noise as it drags your medic on the end of its sword across the ground, and there's this blood trail, right? And like the 2 critters in here are just gonna be like, yeah, it's nice that you want to shoot us, but we're just not gonna be in LOS. Peace.
Is there any way to is Goat coming down or no?
I mean, what does Goat hear when he's been screaming out for Ram?
Nothing.
And
nothing from the dock.
Oh,
and that's and all you hear is Fade panicking and trying to like shooting and shaking.
I know, and I say Fade.
Guys. Somebody is saying that the stream stopped.
What?
And looking at Twitch, it looks like all of us are frozen.
Oh no.
Not necessarily frozen, but like stop motion.
No.
Sure.
No,
it's frozen. No, it's back and forth between frozen.
What's going?
There we go. We're back.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Back to you guys. I'm sorry. Technical difficulty. I was making sure we were good. Go ahead, Goat.
Yeah. So the question, I'm looking at you and I'm saying, we're not turning this cat. We're not. Fuck.
Question, very quickly. Did the chalice get through the grate? Did that happen?
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm waiting for my orders.
Yeah. No. We leave me down there.
What I can do with my special as a doctor?
Yes, actually, there's a thing you can do. You can spend a doctor to treat someone so that they can ignore all wound penalties for a scene, and this includes yourself. I'm sorry, I should have reminded you of that.
I totally was just thinking about that. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a doctor.
You can save people that take level 4 harm, and you can remove wound penalties by spending a doctor charge.
This is so fucking good because sorry to interrupt. I order you to not go and that there are lost cause. Why you do that?
What? So I'm not doing it. Okay. So
yeah,
hear me out, guys.
I order you to not go down there.
Just hear me out though. I'm not doing this. Time out. What if I ignore your orders and go in there anyway? What happens? What's the penalty, like game wise? Besides you being mad at me or whatever.
You have to make a resolve resist because one of the questions at the beginning is anyone not willing to obey orders? And the answer here is you are either scared enough of Goat or you trust them enough that you will normally obey orders. So we're kind of entering a PvP scenario, and the general rule here is if you want to disobey an order, you have to make a resolve resist, and then that's it. The order is not going to hold fear in your heart. You can then go and do the thing.
Now, my order could also change if we hear the doctor, right?
Yeah, I think Fade's gonna stand up because she doesn't have a shot and yell to Green, because she knows that you're she's heard and seen you.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna like, I don't know, stab myself with adrenaline or whatever.
I was gonna say take a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
Fade turns around, she's popping the cap off.
Yeah. And then now that once he's done that,
it's a Skyrim tomb. You're just eating cheese.
Yep, that's what's going on.
I heart you guys.
I cooked this meat before I came. She just got 2 drumsticks.
So,
so good.
yeah, I'm gonna. Can I? I'm like you hear like a cough or something. Ram's down, and then I'm gonna try to toss the thing before I get dragged away.
Let's do a fortune roll. So like I don't think it's a roll to roll a chalice into a hallway. That's like that's fine. But I wanna see if it like gets close enough to the grate or whatever. And I don't feel like you're in a desperate situation to basically go like toss, right? Like that's fine. So like let's see if it can get close enough to Great Fading Wake. What's your maneuver? 1. All right, I'm gonna give it 1d6. Let's see. 5.
That's
so
good. Higher numbers are good.
Higher numbers are good. So here's the deal: the chalice isn't gonna make it through the grate, but it is within reach of the grate. If you wanna stick your arm through and grab that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think would this be something that she has as a sniper, like a mirror or something?
Yeah, it's part of your soldier's kit.
Okay. So yeah, I think she would just stick the mirror in to make sure there's no arms on the little stick, just to make sure that she's not going to get grabbed once she. Would I see anything?
Why'd you give me a scout? Just like a fortune roll with your scout. If you roll risky standard, it's fine, but we'll just do this as a roll.
I wish I had discipline instead of martial.
My mirror, they steal it.
Looks clear.
Oh, she'll yell up and say, I can hear him. I can hear Green. And then I see the chalice and I'm like, Chalice.
I order you. It's not worth your life.
Get the chalice.
I want you, by the way, I want you to know right now as a player, I want you to disobey me.
I already did. She goes, respectfully, no. And then goes over, uses the mirror, and then tries to grab the chalice real quick.
Yes.
Awesome.
She's being quiet when she goes up to the gate, though.
So there's this, like, you're like as sneaky as can be, right? Like you reach under that grate, you grab the chalice, you go to pull it back, and that will remind you that it's been a couple of beats, which is when you see the red lines of the eyes appear, right? Mm-hmm. But what I'm gonna say is you pull the chalice out under the grate just as the revenant like literally like comes right up to it, and
she pees a little.
Yeah, you see this figure with like long black hair and this like, it looks like some ancient brown leather trench coat, but it's so old that it's like tattered at the bottom and like half split apart and creaking with age. And this thing with glowing red eyes that is like, by the way, your eye like totally lights up. Your normal eye is seeing this like old dirt covered decrepit like corpse creature, right? Like it's not like rotting, but it's like just old dead. But your normal eye is actually seeing this like glowing figure, and you realize that fire, that weird shimmer that you saw in that undead comes from this thing.
Okay.
Right? Like its power is what is granting animation to these things. And like you see it like reach out to try and like grab you, like, but it's locked with the grate just as much as you guys were, right? Like it cannot, it's not physically breaking the barrier of it, right? So
when I grab it, can I like grab it and put it behind me, and then as this thing reaches out, can I try to shoot it?
Absolutely.
Like a foot, there's a foot between the end of my gun and their hand, and I just shoot straight through.
Awesome. Yeah, totally. So here's my question: are you using Black Shot on this thing?
No, because I used for my soldier's kit, I used that mirror, so that's the end of my loadout.
Awesome. So yeah, you just you have a shot. You have a shot at this thing. I will tell you that it's risky, but probably not for the reasons you think it is.
If I break that gate.
No. A one bullet is not going to break a Metal Gear grate. No.
Standard. Hey.
So there's this moment where it's looking right at you, and it like can't quite reach you, and you see its eyes pop up to the room behind you, and it starts to say something in Old Empire like "Remember your oath," and it never quite finishes because a giant bullet hole opens up where its face is, and I get to ask you: are you spending aim?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. How many aim?
How many do I have? I don't remember.
All the aim.
It's a skill.
It's on your character sheet. It's the one that says.
So it'll be on your character sheet. We can take a look.
I remember. I remember because I was surprised that you only had one because I always try and take 2 aim.
I think it's 1. So yeah, I think I have 1 to spend.
That's all good. So cool. So you spend 1 aim. So let me do some quick math. You wound it, but do not kill it. So you essentially like take this crack shot, and like a section of its face explodes, and you see this like corona of that like weird ethereal crimson shimmer in the air, and like its face doesn't look like it's shot so much as it looks like it cracked like a porcelain mask or something, and this power is like emanating behind it, but it lets out this like inhuman roar and like staggers backwards trying to like cover that wound as this like power is gushing through its fingers.
Is it still in my sights? In front of the gate in the hallway?
Yeah, if you're fast enough, you might be able to snap off another shot. Yeah. The sniper always goes for the kill.
So big.
Cool. So yeah, I think you're gonna just drill it in the chest. And like it's
If you had aimed here, I think you would have killed it. If I had to guess.
Probably, but nah, F it. This is totally gonna be a load-bearing villain. I think you're gonna kill it, and like as you fire through the chest, you realize that like that power reservoir is kind of in its heart, right? And that the power starts leaking out, and it looks at you, and it says, "Nobody will take that which I guard." And like the ground starts shaking and the roof starts caving in, and there's all that like dramatic shaking, even though there's no earthquake, because that's what cameras do in movies and situations like this. What are you folks doing? I'm gonna pause you for a second because I assume Ginge, you're gonna dash
She's just yelling out to Green.
There's a nice rope there, like all that stuff is good, but we haven't seen what Green Glowing Thunder's been doing for like 5 minutes. So Green Glowing Thunder, you just ate enough drugs to launch you into orbit, and you're feeling pretty great. Yeah. So what do you like? This thing was dragging you on its sword, but it clearly doesn't understand human physiology and doctor's drugs, so it doesn't know that you're feeling feisty. What do you want to do?
I need to get unimpaled so that I can move around.
You know what? I'm just gonna say that it was assuming that you weren't fighting. So we're just gonna say that like at one point it's like a sword isn't designed for like scooping people up and pinning you down. It's just like it's a clean wound. So I think like if at some point you just like hold on and let it pull, it's just gonna come right out of you. So like there's no roll involved. Also, you're not feeling pain. You're pretty sure it did some extra damage going out, but you know you'll look at that later. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
You're not feeling it right now.
You got dragged closer. Do you see what happened to Ram?
That's exactly what I was gonna ask.
Do you want to try and outrun these undead and find Ram wherever Ram was?
Yeah, I did my duty. The chalice is on the other side. I don't think I'm making it out of here without Ram, so like I'm all full of drugs, but I don't think I have it in me to like lift the gate. So yeah, I'm gonna see. Can I? I'm gonna get myself dislodged from this sword.
And, you're already dislodged.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a? Do you want to make a maneuver, like a risky maneuver, to go and like dash past some undead and go find out what happened to Ram?
Basically, yeah. Let's do that.
Awesome. Just give me a risky maneuver.
Misky standard, 1 die. That's a 4.
Okay.
Here's the good news. You're going to get to Ram, and you're going to get to Ram relatively okay. I mean, you have to run past some undead, and a couple of them have weapons, and you're pretty sure that you're ripped up and wounded, but you know, you're not feeling it. It's fine. You feel great. You feel great. Please take level 2 harm. Oh my god, I'm bleeding.
Yep.
Feeling good.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, so Ram's unconscious in like the little like riverlet kind of on the backside of that mound.
I have some medical supplies. Can I like
You do?
snap some smelling salts under her nose
Absolutely.
or something?
Do you want to give me a controlled doctor?
Yeah, let's do it. No.
Wait, you only have... Oh, damn.
Cool. So it's controlled doctor. Now you could try to doctor again, but you'll be in a risky situation. And the risky situation is you try some smelling salts, and Ram's like out. Like something happened to Ram. You're not sure what happened there. Maybe they look a little pale. Like she's not looking perky like Ram usually is. Like there's maybe something more. Maybe you need to go a little more drastic. But here's the risk. The risk is if this roll doesn't go so great, you might be in some real trouble.
I mean, Green Glowing Thunder is of the opinion that he's dead without Ram, and so he might as well die trying to save her.
Devil's Bargain, if you have any.
I'll give you Devil's Bargain. You can inflict some harm on Ram. That'll wake him up.
Fucking do it.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take it. I'll hurt her. Just smack her around a little bit. You know, I'm not above hurting women. Wait, what? 5.
It's in the name of medical science. All right, cool. So here's the good news. You wake Ram up. Ram, you're gonna take level 1 harm. What did you do to Ram to hurt him?
Yeah, I definitely feel like literally slapping her across the face.
Oh, okay. It's probably gonna have to be a little more
than
drastic
once.
than that.
Like has a black eye after this.
Okay, so this is like wake the F up.
Yeah.
And I think she like snaps awake, and Ram, you've taken level 1 harm, bashed, and you're awake. Green Glowing Thunder is sitting basically like on top of your chest, has like punched you a couple of times. You realize that Green Glowing Thunder is not feeling pain, but there's some blood on his
he's
knuckles.
Definitely dripping blood on you right now.
And there is about 3 undead that at this point have shambled over the hill and are coming for you because it took a minute to wake you up.
Come on, we need to go.
What do you two want to do?
I mean, I'm gonna fucking like bolt up. I'm assuming there's like I lost my weapon, but I killed some of the undead before leaving. I'm gonna pick up the nearest like weapon they used. Or if I see my weapon handily available, obviously I'll get it. But you know, I'm just gonna fucking like grab Green and we're gonna fucking charge. Like I'm gonna fight our way through. Like that's the whole.
Okay, so your goal is to try and get to the grate as soon as possible because I will remind you.
Yeah.
This place is fallen down. Now, actually, I probably should have put on air. I'm gonna start a little clock for collapse, right? Yeah. And you folks are. Here we go. Nope.
Seems legit.
Now, we're gonna jump back to a slightly earlier portion of the clock, but we're gonna zoom back in on you for a second. We're just gonna jump over to where our sniper is. So sniper, this place is coming down around you. What do? You've got the chalice. You shot the revenant. What are you doing?
She's gonna put the cup in her bag and yell out to Green. Green.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? And yell back.
There's some kind of noise that sounds sort of like Green's voice, but it's not coherent in words.
Ram.
I think just to, like it's. I think that's probably like you just hear Ram screaming, like not screaming in pain, but the scream Ram typically does, maybe a bit more unhinged. By the way, I took the trauma vicious.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
She's like, oh shit, she's in battle mode. Get to the gate, get to the gate, give me a shot and lift the gate, I'll cover you. That's all she yells.
Awesome, awesome. So back to Green Glowing Thunder and Ram. Do you guys want to do like a group maneuver to get out? Like, what's the?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Let's do it.
Fucking neither of us have dice here. Fuck it.
Take plenty of stress now.
Question: if I pop anchor to just fucking shoulder charge past these undead just by being bigger than them, does that work here?
It will reduce damage they do to you because you will count as a gang.
Yeah, we're gonna do that then.
Sweet.
I'm gonna pop anchor and just be like, I picked up like a spear or something. I'm not using it. You got 6, but yeah, I'm
Sorry.
Yeah. No, fucking
2 thumbs up.
yeah, fucking I don't care. You got 6. Fucking yes. I was leading that, by the way, because yeah.
All right, awesome. So no stress. You guys get past the undead. You sort of like shoulder check one, shake the other off. You make some space, but like Green like totally dashes well ahead of them. Seems to be running faster than Green normally does. So ropes and everything, just Green is booking like whoa. Yeah. So you guys are gonna make it to the grate with plenty of time to spare, and Sniper, you definitely see them coming. Like the undead are coming after him, but the undead are very much in the kind of speed, whereas these two are like.
Yeah, I think she'll look up to Goat, we got them, they're coming, and I got the chalice, it's in, I got it. She's just kind of panicking and yelling because she can't do anything from the side until they come into view.
I'm like freaking out, like holding the rope, like God. Like there's nothing but just Barden curses. Like, how
that's what I
fucking
expect.
how absolutely thoroughly fucked this mission is.
It's so, echoing. It's like reverberating throughout the game.
This is a flawless success.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
But Fate'll be like get to the center, lift the gate. I'll cover you. Keep your back down while you're lifting, and she'll literally put her like try to get up on like stand on something maybe nearby and get a little height advantage and just shoot over them as these shamblers come.
I have this feeling that I have in my head. I see Ram like crouching fully down and like doing that like when you're deadlifting weights, right? Like doing that like Olympic thrust, and you have the gun like through the grate, like on their shoulder, almost like aiming at like whatever is coming. And like right before she stands up lifting the grate, you're just like, lift with your legs, not with your back. Yeah, I mean, you guys are in a good position here. You've got clean shots of the undead that are coming after them. These guys are at the grate. What do you want to do first? Do you want to try and lift the grate?
Oh, lift the fucking grate.
Awesome. That's lifting, pushing, physical actions are maneuver.
Okay.
And there is a question about whether you can do it here. You do not happen to have War Machine, do you?
No, sadly.
Okay, so then you cannot perform near superhuman feats of strength. You can't just Conan this grate.
Can
I assist?
Yes.
Yeah, if you have.
Yeah, you totally can.
I have exactly enough stress that I can assist you here.
Cool.
You may need to get up that ladder, so you may need to assist someone.
No, it's okay. This is important. Risky position.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I figured. I'm going to push for a fact rather than dice, since I have.
Oh, all right. That's smart.
And I have 2 bonus dice.
Are you taking the help from Green Glowing Thunder?
I'm taking the help from everyone. Yeah.
Well, you can
only take help from one source.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, just.
So yeah, Green, you can help, and then I'll help you up the rope if you need help because you're injured.
That works. I will take the 1 assist die then, and I will push for effect, and we'll see. That's a 6.
Cool. So you do not get trapped behind the grate yourself. You manage to like you like lift it enough, and then you can like do that like put it on your shoulder, do the head roll, and then like lift it up enough, and then let it slam behind you. Cool. Are you guys waiting for those undead to make it to the grate, or are you like
no? Book it.
So is this a group maneuver with Goat? Are you? Do you want to like assist by like anchoring the rope or whatever?
I'm thinking, can I lead the maneuver? It doesn't make sense for me to lead.
You
but,
can actually, because you're like, get up.
I'm obviously.
Yeah.
Then that sounds like Marshall. To be honest with you.
Yes. I will warn you about a thing. If you want to lead the group maneuver by like anchoring and pulling people up and all that stuff, it's totally doable. If you marshal, you're putting all your eggs in this marshal basket.
I just leave.
Give me that fucking Marshall basket. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I still want to take my shot on these guys. I don't want any of these things moving if they're immune.
So let's
I'm doing it.
actually, I'll tell you a truth. You know how like the Revenant was like bleeding that energy and everything? So when that energy went out and the whole place started collapsing, you're seeing like the roof starting to actually come down, and one of the roof slices actually like hits them. And you see the two things that are coming over the hill are gonna basically deactivate, like somebody cut their strings and fall over, almost like they were hit by black shot.
Okay, well then, yeah, she'll job's done from the gate, and then just start to. She's gonna go up the stairs and then get onto the rope from there, the way she did, so she doesn't climb as much.
All right, so Eric, I hear there's a marshal roll with all the eggs in one basket coming.
Yep, and I'm pushing myself for this.
All right, ballsy. Would anybody like to assist?
I can assist. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
I have my stress is cleared because I traumatized, so just let me do it. So I'll like
do it.
Is this desperate?
It kind of is, because you're trying to get your whole team out under bad conditions here.
Yeah, that's why I figured. Standard?
Yes. If you get a 6, they'll all get out. If you don't get a 6, some of them will get out.
All right. Desperate standard. You're assisting me, and I'm pushing myself. So 2 extra dice. 5s.
5. Which of your children do you not love?
Oh boy.
It's not.
Well, didn't we say that Alice's Ram was last?
We did say that.
And you can take
that's one, but you have to pick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, then obviously, our sniper.
Oh, all right.
Wait. Before you decide that, she's the one with the object right now.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I would hand it up to whoever's going up first.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
are any of these resistible?
So.
Yeah, absolutely. You can resist each of them if you would like. You just have to tell me how.
Also,
can it be the same move to resist both of them at the same time? So basically, I'm thinking about giving a speech. I'm thinking about
this place is going down in your life.
This place is so fucked. You better get your asses up here so I can dole out a punishment that would be worse than these undead fuckers.
Get up here so I can
fucking, like the Legion way.
Don't you dare die on me, because I am not done telling you exactly how I feel about this.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, no, you're getting up this goddamn rope. Exactly.
Do I stand there and die, or do I go up there and get yelled at?
No, you can't resist for me. I'm dying.
6 of one, half dozen another at this point. Yeah, no, totally. Oh, you disobeyed a direct order. You're not fucking dying on my watch now. Your ass is mine. And
I'm happy to.
Yeah. So I'd like to try to resolve.
Hold on. Alice was saying something, but you're a little quiet, and so I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying, if the resistance only works for one, I'm happy to resist for my part of the. I will take that half if necessary.
That's a good point.
I can't.
Yeah, right. So
it's fine.
No,
I'm just. All right, Eric. So the thing is that this was a desperate roll, and this is not a full resist. This is a partial resist, essentially. That's why, like, it would take 2 resists, because like one of them is basically like, all right, I can motivate a person, but only so many people can be climbing a rope at one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
that's just how it is. So, right. I'm saying that you're reducing a condition, not eliminating
ramp. That's fine. Then I'm trying to. I have thrown, fading wake to the wolves, but I'm also resisting that consequence.
Cool.
For them. So our heavy can remain on the ground.
So this is actually.
They can pull me up.
This is resisting the condition of a social roll, essentially. So you're going to resist with resolve. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Good for
Thank God resolve's my best one. 6.
Nice.
Noise.
All right, 0 stress, and your sniper is also out. So now I have bad
Your
news.
ass is mine.
She gets up there. She's like, "Hey guys."
Cool. So your squad, as far as you know, is fine. This is when I have to turn around to my last remaining player, Ram. I'm really sorry. You're going to take level 4 harm, buried underneath a mountain of rubble.
Yeah, no, resist. We're
Oh,
pulling,
okay.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to
yeah,
resist?
Fine.
we're pulling the standard Ram. Not gonna come back from this mission. Oh wait, she is. First off, we will spend armor.
Absolutely.
just
That becomes level 3.
immediately. Yeah, that's level 3, and I would like to straight up just prowess resist the fucking rubble crushing me. So
Cool.
the hope is I see that the thing's collapsing. I see everyone's climbing up. I book it down the hall rather than stay there.
Smart.
I'm just trying to get as close to that exit as I can. Ideally, if I can get to my tower shield, I'm gonna fucking like stand behind it with it above my head and just let rubble hit it.
That sounds like a cool final scene for you, where
Yeah.
the rubble falls as you're diving for your shield, and then the screen fades to darkness, and you'll just show up later.
If I get my tower shield though, can I armor it again?
Oh, cheesy mechanic. Yes, I will allow you to do that. That
Cool.
sounds fun. I think it's dramatic and cool enough that 1 level of harm is totally worth allowing somebody to like try and mechanics it out.
The entire reason I did that, by the way, is because it put all of my harm at level 1, and
You
Yeah,
can ignore
that sounds great. Let's do that.
I do not take any stress,
Nice.
and I am fucking tower shielding the shit out of that. So I have like a rock fell on my head while running. Like it's like I have a bit of a concussion. It's like a minor one.
Cool.
But yeah, just
And then you get out the
So-
other way.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
So there's 1 roll remaining. Here's the trick. You folks, there was a bunch of undead that was waiting for you to go and fetch this thing for them. And they were ready to trap you. They were all like, we gotta get you. But you guys came out a different way in a different place.
Mhm.
So I feel like there needs to be some sort of roll for just like sneaking past them. It's pretty controlled right now because they're not looking for you in the right spot, but it's still like in the same region. You're headed down a way that they kind of expect. So I feel like there should be some sort of roll for you folks to like just
I
find
mean,
a
we
path.
know they're
maybe.
there too, so
Huh?
Assist on a scout roll for you,
Maneuver?
because I have 1 stress left that I can give. I can assist you on a scout roll with my eyeball.
I can lead us on a group maneuver.
That is also possible because you basically what that's telling me is you're climbing down some side of a cliff and they
I
don't
like that.
anticipate you going that direction, so you're
I
taking
think
a
we have more
really
dice.
wild path.
I think we have more dice on the assist with the scout personally. If we're
It's all the eggs in one basket though.
I
Come on. But that basket needs eggs. It's not fair.
like
You could
Yeah,
lead
I-
a scout roll.
I like
I
the
could.
maneuver.
I could do that.
I'm
could lead a
just
scout
saying-
warrior.
I'm just saying, I'm sorry, freaking Gray Fading Wake has 0 maneuver. That's all.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
Wow,
but push
wow.
yourself. Push yourself for a die. You're good.
but
I can't.
it's also the fact that with Eric with
I can do scout or maneuver.
Eric leading the maneuver
Uh-huh.
roll, the maneuver roll would give Ginga's maneuver roll would just give Eric 1 stress, and that's the end of the discussion.
Yeah.
What you're counting on is that everybody else has enough dice to get out.
I have 1 in either.
I have 1 in scout and 0 in maneuver, so we could just do a maneuver and you'll just have to deal with it.
How's your maneuver versus scout, Eric?
They're same. One die.
Yeah, it's
So maybe you do a group
Lead
scout, which would
scout.
give everyone a die.
That's what I
Let's
was.
do it.
yeah, group scout's a good call.
So mechanically, I'm leading the scout roll, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then Fade is not part of the roll. They are assisting me rather than the rest of the group.
It's the scout
No,
one.
I think it would make more sense for me to roll. No,
Okay.
Everyone
Sure.
just rolls their scout.
because if we come into some shenanigans, I could still assist later.
All right. The old scooting route. Three.
Controlled standard.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Controlled standard.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Whew.
4 total.
All right, give me that
That's okay.
stress. Fucking-
So it's 2 stress. You're
Found a
fine
way.
unless you trauma
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, so let's on a
I'm not-
controlled 4 to 5, you hesitate, withdraw and try a different approach, or else do it with a minor consequence. So I'll tell you what you spot. You realize that with your sneakiness, you have gotten past most of the undead, but there is one set of 2 of them that are watching that you're going to have to end in order to like continue forward, or you can withdraw and try like climbing down a mountainside or whatever.
Sounds like a good time for a sniper.
Mm.
Yeah, so can I pick one of these off and then maybe someone get
Yep.
a little bit closer since we're already sneaking into a better position to just kill the other one that I don't kill?
Yeah,
That sounds good.
Or can I try to take 2 shots? It's up to you
mean,
guys.
I would like to shoot this thing also.
Group shoot if there's stress.
Group shoot. Yeah.
I
Can-
can't lead it.
I can't lead it.
I would almost say individual. Because I'll try to pick one off if I get too sick. You know what I mean? You never. I don't know.
Okay. Does that sound okay? Like just
Sure.
2 shoots? All right.
Because I'm pretty sure Goat's not going to carry me if I trauma. He's just going to leave me there.
Yeah,
James,
totally.
you wanna
I
give us a
have-
shoot?
I think fictionally, I would have asked for the chalice at some point when we were getting out, ready to get out of here.
Yeah, she still has it in her backpack. You don't know that I have it. I haven't like shown you or anything. I think you just assumed.
I think he would have asked.
I
so
would
you
have
could
asked
lie
as
to
soon as you
him.
guys got out of that place.
He's like,
But-
wait, before you get to the top up here, do you risky standard?
I got 4.
5.
So here's the good news, and I will leave you with the good news. The good news is you folks make your shots and you're able to get out fine. Here's the bad news. The consequence is Ram is totally still coming out the way that everyone expects, and now they're alerted that there are shots at people in the area.
But wouldn't that be a distraction? Because there's a different exit?
Can be. That's fair. But
could
I'm
be
just
the-
saying the position's a little different because now they know that people are out and
Mhm.
amongst the mountains.
Yeah.
So yes, we could argue that that's a distraction. That's actually fair. But yeah, I think Ram's in a lonely position at the other place. That's
Ramsey.
Get out, Ram. Get out.
all right, Ram. What's the plan?
Get out, Ram. Get out. Fucking.
All right, how is Ram getting out? You tell me.
Shoulder off the rubble. See how bad damage like the main structure is if they're watching like exactly like the same position. I think. How many undead did we see? Just out of curiosity.
2 units actually. It's a lot of undead.
Ram, is this just your MO, friend? Is this
No,
just
I've
we
literally
leave
said
you to
that-
die and you just show up to camp 8 hours later?
I literally said this earlier. Like it's fucking standard shit. She's done this twice now, 3 times now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just like we just let you do it.
Yeah, it's. Yeah. I'm. I think the plan is to just fucking. Oof. I think my plan is just to get out quickly. Like get out. Like I think. Were there any like woods nearby or anything like something she could just fucking bolt to? And like she doesn't have like her weapon, her armor. Like she
There's
doesn't,
like rocks, rubble, mountainsides. There is a tree line. Yeah, there are.
think-
I wouldn't call them woods, but there's definitely a tree line.
So here's the plan. I think. Wait for like several hours in the fucking rubble.
Oh, you're waiting for night.
And then leave. Yeah.
All right.
That's the plan.
Sounds good. Are you trying to sneak past the undead? Is that what I'm hearing?
I think the plan is wait until there's cover of darkness and then run. Like just straight up fucking bolt.
All right,
Because,
cool.
like cover of darkness will at the very least make her harder to notice, and so that. maybe
What's your
the-
gear and loadout?
I've dropped my tower shield at this point. I've dropped my heavy plates all gone. I hand
So you're
weapons
light.
down there. And yeah, I'm fucking light.
So you're extra quiet and you're extra quick because you're light. That's what light load means. And you're using darkness. I'm gonna say that this is like a controlled maneuver.
Cool. I will push myself. I can't think of any devil's bargains or anything like that. So, boop, boop. That's a 6.
Hey, and that's mission. Do we want to? I do not know the timing, so like, do we want to take a break and do our like wrap up, or do we do wrap up now? What's the
I
plan?
think we need to wrap up now.
Okay,
So
Past my
we
bedtime.
started late and we were running.
it's cool. We'll
yeah.
start with the after mission stuff next time then.
Sounds
All right. So do we want to do XP and then we'll call it?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do experience so we don't forget about it.
All right.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Wow.
I
Who wants
think
to go
Fade
first?
would
That was
definitely
a swingy fucking session.
And we all made it out alive.
I can't believe it. I
I-
honestly, sincerely.
Honestly, thought you
fucking
had
doctor
lost
skill.
too.
I really did
Yeah.
too.
That fucking doctor skill.
Whew.
That's the difference.
I mean, Green Glowing Thunder needs to stay home for a while.
Ram's actually surprisingly okay now with one set of like it's
And trauma.
Trauma does major things for your morale, honestly.
Okay.
It does.
Wow.
Suddenly your mind breaks and suddenly you're okay with lots of stuff.
Well, actually, I think what Alice is talking about, and please, Alice, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so correct me.
Yeah.
But you only have 2 trauma, so when you take your first one, it can really make you feel like your character is now facing death, right? Like you're essentially a couple of bad resistance rolls from retiring the character
You're a
permanently.
rookie, pretty much.
Yeah. Is that the kind of morale that you were talking about?
Kind of. No, but actually, more that like my character's actually almost clear on stress, only 3, and she took hardened. And so like I only have level 1 wounds. So like in terms of like deployability on next mission, okay. In terms of she's a little crazy now. You know.
Okay.
Oh, she's a little
I-
trauma. It's soldier stuff, right? Like that
That's
happens.
fair.
All right, cool. So,
I'll
who wants to
do
go first?
XP.
If we like.
I'll go.
All right, I'm just gonna pick randomly. Kelsey, go
Yeah.
first.
Sure, I'm gonna go first. All right. I survived the mission. Yes.
Absolutely.
Helped your squad through medical knowledge or emotional comfort. Definitely. That happened. Brought into play your heritage or traumas. I definitely did both by being shrewd and being like, wait, what is this? And also by like, okay, I'm just gonna go run past these undead and wake up Ram. Is very reckless. I'm sure there were other examples as well, but definitely.
Oh my gosh, I did not know you were reckless. That is totally legit.
Did you not realize that?
You were playing it to a T. I just didn't realize it was on your sheet. That's golden. Please continue.
And then the highest threat of opponents faced.
That would be 3.
All right, so that's 7.
fine.
Cool.
That is 4 there, and okay. Next, let's do Eric.
All right.
Oh, this is great.
Um,
Popcorn XP.
I survived the mission. I helped my squad through courage and determination.
I would say determination more than courage, but
Yeah.
definitely determination. I mean, what do you guys think? This is a table decision. I, as the GM, don't get to award this.
I mean, so maybe very much for the freaking just run through the fucking burning hallway. What's the big deal? Like,
I want this solved before this torch or lantern
Yeah.
burns down.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. Was I vicious enough for y'all today? I feel like the
Yes.
viciousness is gonna be me like completely chewing out.
I will tell you where you were vicious.
Next
When
session.
you were like, yeah, leave him behind. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure.
They were dead. Yeah, it's an order. Don't go down there. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, because I'm a Barton, that's that sweet double XP trick. What's good? And what was the highest threat again? 2?
3.
3.
3. So, my math
7.
says that's 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's correct. Sounds good.
I'll figure out where to put it.
Yeah.
You get to choose who's next. We're popcorn XP.
Oh, I see what we're doing, Alice.
Okay. Survive mission. Yeah, right. Apparently. Might or fortitude. Might. I would think mostly for grabbing that monster of a tier 3 opponent and refusing to let it go. And
Lifting a giant grate.
and fighting the
That
3
too.
opponent or like 6 opponents and allowing you to
All of
So-
those
Yeah.
things.
all those things.
You get 1 XP.
I get 1. Brought into your heritage or trauma. Heritage. I am both huge and stoic. These are things that all came into play multiple times.
Yeah.
And also I traumaed.
Plus 1 XP for trauma, yeah.
Yeah. So that's those are things. So that's 4, and then 3, so 7.
Last but not least.
I didn't roll into desperate actions. I did survive the mission. I did help through keen observation or key shots. I would say I brought in my trauma because I'm obsessed, and I wanted to kill every last one of them, and I wouldn't leave until they did.
Story checks out.
As far as heritage, I don't know that I did that.
What is your heritage? What are your 2 heritage traits?
Strange and quick, so maybe quick.
Yeah.
Getting back there fast down the stairs to get there in time to help.
You definitely did a lot of climbing today.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a fact.
As long as you were
So that sounds like 4.
Pick that one.
Yeah, and then 3 for the threat of opponent face. So that's
You got it.
that's 6.
Wait.
7.
Wait.
7.
Our-
Sorry.
Oh my god. All of our fucking So 2 things real quick. All of our specialists except the scout I think are traumaed now. And 2 of us have reckless, 2 of us have vicious. Anyways,
I'm
Sounds
gonna
right.
take another ability. I just leveled up, but I got a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
As far as that aim, the gun nut aim one, so then I have 2.
Aim is a skill. It's not like a playbook advance. It's like a skill advance. It's one of the 6. Yeah, you could totally put. I'm sorry. You were talking about gun knight. Aim is the special skill that you have. So you have one of them at the moment, but you could just put
taking gun nut would allow you to spend aim for something else. You want that when you have multiple aim. It doesn't give you an additional one.
Okay.
Yeah. You can spend 6. So like your insight track, the top skill is your aim. So you could just spend 6 XP and get another aim.
Yeah.
Can I instead put my shoot to 3?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I hope you get 2 aims sometime. Seriously, if
You're
you
fine.
had 2 aims on that guy, you would have won.
What do you have to spend for that? How much is it?
Insight.
It's 6 XP. It's just insight. It's a skill just like any other.
I'll take
Yeah,
that
it's the
next.
same.
Yeah.
I'm going with 3 shoots.
So you have 7 XP. Was your prowess empty or did you have any notches in it?
It was empty, and
Okay.
now it's empty again.
So
Should still
that
work.
takes 6. You still have 1 XP remaining. You could just put it in insight, and then it'll only cost you 5 XP next time to level it up.
Okay. I have 2 insight now.
See, now you're real close. You're guaranteed to get it next time.
Okay.
Shoot 3 is mighty for a sniper.
Mhm.
It's real good.
There's a reason I took skirmish 3 as early as I could too.
For
heavy.
sure.
Cool. Yay! Good job, everybody. You survived. I honestly thought you were dead. I'm sorry I killed you.
So did I.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Well, we're gonna do some super quick shout outs and then call it a night. So let's go the same order we just did. Some XPs. Eric.
Hey, Eric Vulgaris. I'm on Twitter a lot, just talking about games and when I think about games.
Yep, that's
And
fast.
I'm a
That was
streamer.
fast. Perfect. Alice.
Hi, I'm Alice, also known as Taffcat. You can find me on TAFF_KAT on Twitter, or just TAF_KAT_ on Twitch. I'm
up
writing
ahead.
a game now. It's going to be a romantic focused game, romantic slash the relationship about making relationships with the world ending around you. So that'll be a thing. Also, I'm doing some custom stuff for this game, which will be a thing eventually. You'll know more about that as we get close to release for this game. So follow me on those things if you want to hear more about that.
Perfect.
Other than that, that's about it.
Ninja.
I'm Xmas Chicha Ninja. I run a streaming channel. I play on Wednesdays for City of Mist, and then we're here every other Thursday. And sorry, Goat.
Awesome. And Strash, you can.
Hey. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say go
I'm
next.
just gonna be really fast. Hey, I'm Strash. You can find me on Twitter at StrashA. I mostly talk about games and game design type stuff. And also, I am writing this game and I design games. And you should.
He's generally a pretty cool guy.
Oh, thanks. That's it. I'm done.
Cool. I'm Kelsa. This is my channel. You should follow me on Twitter at Kelsa. Here on Twitch, it's Kelsa Delphi. Also on YouTube. I'm gonna put the VODs up later. And thanks for coming out. Let me scoot us on over to goodbyes.